What's up, guys? And today we're gonna be making an NFL predictions video, and I'm not gonna rush it, but I'm also not gonna be like take forever on it because I only have like a 20-minute recording limit on my Clipchamp editor and recording software. So we're just gonna get straight into it. Ravens, honestly, I think they're not gonna be as good. I don't know why, I just don't. But we'll say like 7 to 9 wins. We'll say 7 to 9 wins. All right. Bills, I think they're not going to be. I think the Dolphins are going to win the AFC East, but I do think the Bills are still going to make the playoffs. I have them going like 11 or 12 wins right now. Falcons, honestly, since the NFC South is so bad, and they have I'm going to be honest, like every NFC South team just isn't good. I'm going to go with the Falcons. I have them winning like 8 games. Honestly, that's just how I feel about them. Panthers with Bryce Young. Just because they have Bryce Young, just because they drafted Bryce Young, and they recently signed Adam Thielen like a few months ago, I got 4 to 6 wins. Bears, honestly, I think the Bears could win the NFC North, but I think the Lions are going to do it. I think the Lions will win the NFC North, but I do have them going like winning like 8 games or so. Okay, next up we got the Bengals. They're going to win the AFC North. That's just facts. Be honest. Bengals, I got them going 10 to 12 wins just because the AFC North is definitely stacked, though. I'm not going to lie. So, yeah, Bengals 10 to 12 wins. Browns, they're going to be up there, too. I think the Bengals will just be ahead of them, though. Okay, next up, we got the Cowboys, and I think they're going to be really good. I think they're going to be, like, the number one seed in the NBC, and NFC. I can't talk. I think they'll win 13 wins or more. Next up, we got the Broncos. I think they will have a rebound year, and I think Russell Wilson will, revert back to his normal self, not the way he was playing when Nathaniel Hackett was head coach. I don't think Nathaniel Hackett is a good coach, anyways. So we'll say 10 to 12 wins. Lions, I'd say 10 to 12 wins. I think they got a lot better this year, even though they didn't have that good of a draft, in my opinion. Next up, we got the Packers. Honestly, I think the Packers could win like 7 to 9 wins with Jordan Love. People say he's gonna be horrible. I don't think he's gonna do that bad. Honestly, I just don't. Texans. Honestly, I don't think they're gonna do as well. I think they're gonna be a little bit better, but I think they're still gonna win like 4 to 6 games. Next up, we got the Colts, and it's hard to say about the Colts because it's weird with them because they have a lot of talent and stuff, but I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. I don't think they're close to contention really. So we'll say like 4 to 6 wins, maybe 7 wins. We'll go 7. It's weird because I don't know how to feel about the Colts. Next up, we got the Jaguars. I think they're gonna win the AFC South, and I think they're gonna get like 10 to 12 wins. Chiefs, just because of how good Denver is getting, I'm gonna go with 12 wins at the most. Cardinals, they'll get like 1 to 3. I'm a Cardinals fan, and we're not gonna be good at all next year. I'm gonna admit that. It's just our defense sucks. D Hop wants to leave. Buddha wants to leave. Kyler's gonna be injured for like half the season, I think. And I think we'll get like 3 wins at the most. Next up, we got the Chargers. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs next year because of how good the AFC West is, but I still have them being pretty good. So we'll go like 8 or 9 wins. Rams, they're not gonna be that good just because there's a lot of stuff going on with the Rams and stuff. So we'll go like 4 to 6 wins. Raiders, they'll get like 7 to 9 wins. I don't think they're gonna do anything special, but they'll get a decent amount of wins. They'll finish around 500. Next up, we got the Dolphins, and honestly, I think they're gonna win the AFC East. I have them winning 13 or more games just because they got Jalen Ramsey and they got that elite offense with Tyreek Hill, Tua, and Jalen Waddle. And I just feel like they're gonna be elite. Vikings. Just because of the defense alone, I feel like they're gonna get like 8 or 9 wins just because of how bad the defense is. If they had a solid defense, they'd probably be a playoff contender. But I think their defense is just not that good whatsoever, and they just don't have a good defense. I don't think their defense is good enough to get them to the play. I don't think it's going to be good enough to get them to the playoffs. Next up, we got the Patriots. Just because of how good the AFC East is, I have them winning 4 to 6 wins, 6 wins, maybe 7 wins. But it's not. They are a good team. It's just because of how stacked the AFC East is. I don't think they're going to be any close to making the playoffs next year. Next up, we got the Saints. The Saints could easily win the NFC South just because of how weak the division is, but I think they're going to get 7 to 9 wins this year, and I'm being totally honest. Next up, we got the Giants. 10 wins. They got a little bit better, I'm going to be honest. They got a little bit better, but they're not going to be... They'll be about the same as they were last year. Okay, next up, we got the Jets. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs next year, and I think they'll go around 500, maybe a little bit more than 500, but they're not going to make the playoffs next year. Eagles, 13 wins or more. Okay, Philadelphia might beat out Dallas for the division, for the NFC East, because 1, they don't even have that hard of a schedule, and 2, they got so much better with Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith, even though they lost a lot in free agency, including Jonathan Gannon and a few others. They got way better during the draft and stuff. So honestly, they got Jalen Carter, they got Kelee Ringo, and they got Nolan Smith, all from Georgia. That team is basically just Georgia players. So I think they're going to win the NFC East, and I think they're going to get 14 to 15 wins next year. I mean, this year. Not next year, this year. Next up, we got the Steelers, and I think they're going to make the playoffs. I just have that feeling. You can't. Steelers they've never had a losing season with Mike Tomlin. That's how good of a coach Mike Tomlin is. And I just feel like Kenny Pickett's going to improve. I feel like the defense is just going to perform well. I think Najee Harris is going to have a better year. I think he's going to improve. I got the Steelers winning 11 games. 10 or 11 games. Next up, we got the Seahawks. Honestly, I don't see them doing as good as they did last year. We'll go 9 wins, though. I don't think they're going to make... I think they might make the playoffs, they might make the wild card, but they're not going to win the division. But they are still a good team. I'll admit that. Next up, we got the Niners. 12 games. It doesn't matter who's starting at quarterback. They're still going to be a good team. That's how good they are. Kyle Shanahan's a genius. Their defense is elite. They have a pretty good offensive line. You got Christian McCaffrey, you got Deebo Samuel, you got Brandon Ayuk, and then you got George Kittle in that offense. They're elite. They're going to be an elite team. I see them as an elite contender. I feel like they can make a run towards the Super Bowl this year. It really doesn't matter who's quarterback for them. They will always be a contender no matter who's quarterback if they just keep all the team together. Next up, we got the Buccaneers, and with Baker Mayfield, I see them only winning 5 games. I just don't think they're going to be that good, and I honestly just think Mike Evans is kind of washed. I don't know why. I just do. It might be because I have a bias, and last year he didn't do me that well in fantasy, and that it might just be because I have a bias against him, but I think Mike Evans is starting to become a little bit washed and out of his prime. Honestly, I kind of think Chris Godwin's better, but I just don't see the Buccaneers doing as good. I feel like the Saints, Falcons, and possibly even the Panthers are better. Next up, we got the Titans. 3 wins at the most. 3 to 4 wins at the most. We'll go 4 wins, actually. 1, they have a horrible offensive line. Nobody to throw to. Ryan Tannehill's not the answer. We don't know about Will Levis. The only good people they have on their team is Jeffrey Simmons, Kevin Byard, and Derrick Henry. I just don't think they're going to do as well next year. So yeah, 4 wins for the Titans. Next up, we got the Commanders. Honestly, with Sam Howell it doesn't even matter who's quarterback. I think Sam Howell or Jacoby Brissett, I think they're going to win 7 games. They're not going to make the playoffs. They're probably going to be last in the NFC East, but I think they're still going to be pretty decent. They're not going to be anything special. I just due to how tough the NFC East is, I don't think they have enough, like power to. I don't think they have enough strengths on offense and defense just to like beat out the Giants, Philadelphia, and the Cowboys. I just don't see it. Anyways, that is the end of the video. Like and subscribe, and just if you like my videos, yeah, subscribe, and that'll be it for today. I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.